Dream Stadium in Tampa, Florida. The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And off we go from Tampa. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And that's caught inside the 30. Big yardage that time for the Jets. And even 60 yards. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Throwing now is Rodgers. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. To throw is Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin from 10 yards out. And the Jets are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. A first carry for Rachaad White. The tackle by Quincy Williams.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
They'll run for it. This is White, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and that will force a turnover on downs. On first down, Rodgers. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. 1 play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now 14-0. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay. They go play action. Mayfield. And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure what you're doing.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Watch twins. Watch twins. Hurry. 50 seconds to mine. 50 seconds to mine.
They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. And he's going to have the Bucs first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Check it out, read.
Here's Mayfield. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now Mayfield. flush to his right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
And he will get into the end zone to cut the deficit down to 4. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short. Could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And that's going to be incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this 1st half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
They'll go for it. It's Hall. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back could get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure you got the 1st down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8. Here's Rodgers to throw. Going right back to Wilson. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. 33 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes it 21-8. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Man, I got you. 56 is mine. 56 is the mic. Come.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Mayfield down. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he finds his running back open downfield. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Mayfield looks to throw. This is caught by Evans. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's White. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Mayfield. Touchdown! Mike Evans with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Buccaneers get a late score here, the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On play action, Rodgers. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Bucs will take over here just shy of the 30. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
On second down, they'll run with White. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Play fake. Mayfield. And this one caught downfield by Evans. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Baker going to give it to Irving. And a short gain here down to the 22. Isaiah Oliver there on the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 9.
44, 44, Mike, 44. Cut, hurry, hurry. 44 is Mike, check.
Mayfield to throw it. And that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Flushed out right. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least. If they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
And this is not going to be anywhere close. No good, way wide to the left. And we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Now Hall to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Here's a 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Rodgers. He hits Adams, complete. And he'll be taken down right away up near midfield at the 47. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Rodgers going to throw. Caught. It's Wilson. And he takes a shot at the end of that play.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? They'll run with Hall. There he goes left side. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On play action, it's Rodgers. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Davante Adams. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. Zerline good with a PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Back to throw here. Flush to his right. And he's got his big tight end here. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 22 yards there, a first down. Mayfield on play action. Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 24-yard line. A quick throw caught by Evans out wide. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll go up the middle with White. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
They'll set up to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
And after all that, they are set up in unbelievable field position. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football, and a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
60 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. This pass complete to Ruckert.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
2nd and 6. All on a give up the middle. And he's got room. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Back to throw, Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. Flushed out right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Zerline now for the PAT. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. This is 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
Here's Baker. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Mayfield. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
All 3 timeouts remain. How much that'll matter remains to be seen. It's 1st and 10. Sends it out to Mike Evans. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Mayfield. They'll dump this one off here to White. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. 2nd down, goal to go. Mayfield to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. A costly sack. They'll have to use a timeout here. And barring a defensive penalty, they'll be looking at one final play. One last shot for Mayfield here. And he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a 2-point conversion to tie it.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's 2-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game. One final shot. They'll look to throw. This ball intercepted. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, this was a good one. Excitement all the way to the end. You had the points, and then they were hoping for the miracle there on the onside kick. Couldn't get it recovered, and that was your ball game.
And I'm of the opinion that anytime you actually do recover an onside kick, it almost is a miracle. It takes so many things going right to make